Hey guys, this is Chetan,
And this is Abby.
and welcome back to the Unprofessionals. So it's been a while since we did an NFL podcast, but we're only a couple weeks away from the season starting. And Abby and I are both excited. We just keep talking about these week one matchups, what bets we're gonna place, what we're gonna do with this, what we're gonna do with that. Uh, preseason football is going on, but it isn't as entertaining as what week one slate is going to be. But before we get to week one, we have a couple juicy quarterback battles going on in training camp and preseason that we're watching play out, including the New England Patriots, who both you and I agree Cam Newton should be the starter next season. But Mac Jones came into a preseason game, lit it up, looked fantastic. He looks like he's going to be the future for the Patriots. But for the time being, Cam Newton still went, 8 for 9 with a touchdown. So Cam Newton looks like a New England quarterback. He wasn't doing too much. He was making the accurate reads, accurate passes. He was staying in the pocket. He wasn't, Superman, but he was still fantastic. What are your thoughts, Abby?
It's unfortunate because this COVID bullshit happens again, especially with Cam. 5 days he's not allowed to, be around the team. I assume. I don't even think he would have played game 3. I just hope this doesn't make him lose his job because this could be it for him. I feel Cam's path is going to be ball out this year, and then next year he'll be somewhere else because you're going to pay – unless he's the MVP of the league, he won't get this. He has to do what Aaron Rodgers did to keep this job next year, and I don't think that's going to happen. I think he'll be good. I don't think he'll be like that, obviously, but I hope he gets the job. He deserves the job. I said last week against the Eagles was the biggest game of his career. As like right now, obviously Super Bowl was his biggest game of his career. Obviously, he's played in big games his whole life. But for right now, that preseason game, I can't believe like a preseason game meant so much, but it did. He balled out. He was 8 for 9, 100-something yards, 1 touchdown. Great execution. He didn't check it down. He threw some intermediate passes. He made the right decision. Like you said, New England quarterback. He looked like one. So I hope he gets his due. He starts. He should start. If he balls out, then next year I could see a team like, Washington. We don't know about their situation. Who else? That's off the top of my head to think of a team. I don't know, but there are teams. Hey, Minnesota, I'll be honest, my Vikings, maybe they need a quarterback.
Giants might need a quarterback.
That's a good right there. The Giants got the talent. If you could get Cam, New York, why not? What else? Maybe the Steelers. If Ben's done, the Steelers could make that commitment. Who else could we say? I wouldn't say them. Denver. They didn't pick anyone. Denver could be a team. Raiders, I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't really say them. Chicago, obviously, they got their guy. We're going to get into him. New Orleans. Hey, if these guys are not on long-term deals, if Jameis Winston sucks, or if a team plays bad, it's a 1-year commitment. You can easily get out of it.
Yeah.
So Cam Newton has a lot of chance. He has the opportunity to showcase himself here and then for someone else because I truly feel bad because of the injuries. The stigma against him is bullshit, in my opinion. Nobody would have succeeded last year with that team. I don't care what anyone says. They had no receivers at all. Jacoby Myers was their best player, and he is a solid number 3 receiver. He should not be number 1 anywhere. So, COVID, obviously, they had all those opt-outs. New England, they positioned themselves to be New England again. We saw Bill Belichick squatting, so that picture of him squatting, dialed, locked in. He looked ready to go. I think he got something up his sleeve. About Mac Jones, I'm not a huge fan. I'll be honest. I've been saying this. I think he'll be okay, maybe. Listen, man, there's 5 guys that went in the first round. They never all play well in the NFL. They never all make it. So unless you're telling me that we're going to have a historical accomplishment where all 5 are really good, you're going to have to pick at least 1, maybe 2, maybe 3 of them that are busts. So if I had to pick the 3, I would pick – if I had to pick 2, I would pick Mac Jones, And if you maybe pick another one, damn, this is tough. I don't know who else I would pick. I think Zach Wilson is going to be a star. I think Trevor Lawrence to be a star. I think Trey Lance. I think the biggest guy could be Trey Lance. Trey Lance could be a bust. I don't think it'll be Justin Fields. Justin Fields just seems like he's made of out of. He does everything the right way for right now, in my opinion. So, but if you were me to pick, obviously, Mac Jones would be the number one guy I would say that does not pan out. Because, bro, it's history. The other year, what was it? It was 2018, right? It was Baker Mayfield, Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, who I feel he's gotten a bad rap, but he has not succeeded. Josh Allen, who's the best one. Lamar Jackson got picked at the end, MVP. So you can say there are two clear superstars there. Baker Mayfield, I'm still not sold. He's okay, not great. And Sam Darnold, I think he's gotten a bad rap. So they have one clear failure and two maybes. So that's my thought. What about you, Chetan?
I mean, the way I'm looking at it right now is I'm looking. So this is how the numbers are split. So this is between both preseason games. Cam Newton went 12 for 16, 152 yards, a touchdown in only 29 snaps. Mac Jones, both preseason games, 26 for 38, pretty efficient, 233 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. So he's protecting the ball, but he played 77 total snaps. And I understand it's preseason football. They're, getting their reps in, but you put in that many reps and you show these flashes, but you don't, throw for a touchdown or two, make it look all pretty. Like you're going against second string, you're going against the second string defense, third string defense. If you're going to be a starter in this league, if you want to beat out Cam Newton, who is a former MVP, you got to show some razzle dazzle, don't you? The numbers don't impress me. And I understand it's preseason, but still, it's not that. And yeah, we keep having this discussion about, more than one QB in this round, in this draft has to be a bust. And both you and I have agreed since the draft that neither of us are feeling Mac Jones, mostly because, Tua didn't have an impressive first year, right? We keep giving him injuries. That's the reason why he wasn't impressive. This is the year that he has to prove it because no Alabama quarterback has been impressive in the NFL. So if Tua's not
Jalen Hurts, hold up. I'm gonna hold up on that one.
I would say hold up on that one.
To be determined. I give you that. But for right now, you're right. Yes.
But yeah, that's to be determined. But you also have to realize that he was under Lincoln Riley, and he is a quarterback whisperer. So you can say all you want. Yeah, he was an Alabama quarterback, but he was also an Oklahoma Sooner. So, Jalen Hurts could be the exception to this rule, but Alabama quarterbacks have not impressed me coming out of the NFL draft. And, if you want the starting job, you got to show some razzle dazzle. And I think Cam Newton should easily have this job week 1. And if he plays well, he should get an extension. But if not, my Giants will welcome him with open arms because I don't know how I feel about Daniel Jones this year.
Okay, that is the first quarterback battle, in my opinion. There shouldn't be a battle. The battle decided, the boxing match, the UFC fight, whatever you want to call it. Cam Newton has hit it, in my opinion. He's a champ of it. He should be the quarterback week 1 against Miami. Same team he played last year, week 1. They won that game. I expect nothing short of that. But obviously, we'll discuss week 1 when week 1 is almost here. Next battle, so-called, is the Jacksonville Jaguars. I didn't know there was one. Apparently there is. We got the mustache. We got long hair versus long hair. One guy's obviously Sunshine. Trevor Lawrence, first pick overall, biggest, prospect since Andrew Luck, basically. And then we got Mr. Minshew himself, Minshew Mania. He's saying, he basically said, I'm not conceding this job to nobody. He has not played that well, in my opinion. They're playing a game right now. I think this is going to decide the game. If he has any chance, apparently, if he has a chance, This is the day today. He's playing the Saints. Monday Night Football preview, whatever you want to call it. And I guess this is the game where they'll decide, even though I think there's no decision to make here. He's the first pick. This is a young team. It's not a veteran team. This is not the Chicago Bears, who we're going to get into, where they have a veteran team, so they get a veteran quarterback. This is a young team, young quarterback. Urban Meyer did not come here to coach Minshew. He came here to coach Sunshine. Number 1 pick, Trevor Lawrence. And I think, plus, the week 1 game for him is easy. To be honest, you play Houston. That's a great way to start your career. Why would you want Minshew to play that game? You want to give Trevor Lawrence confidence. So we'll see. The game just started. The Saints are up 7-0. Let's see how Trevor Lawrence plays or Gardner Minshew plays. If it makes a difference, I don't think it should. But Trevor Lawrence, it's his job. I don't know why we're even discussing this, but Urban Meyer, maybe he's just playing some games out here, maybe mixing it up a little bit. New head coach in the NFL, trying to spice it up a little bit.
I mean, with the whole Urban Meyer thing, I'll get into that later, but I only read that there was a battle for the quarterback position in Jacksonville last week. I was like, oh wait, this is an interesting article. Let me read it. And I was just like, I thought it was a done deal that Trevor Lawrence was starting. Like Andrew Luck started week 1, right? It was no question about it that he was
starting.
They
went 11-5 that year, or 10-6, and made the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken.
They went 11-5, and I mean, I'm not saying that Trevor Lawrence is going to do the same thing, but the talent on this team, and the age of this team, there's zero reason that you should be starting another quarterback other than the quarterback you just drafted. Unless Urban Meyer really believes that they can make the playoffs, I have no idea what he's thinking because...
Wait, so you're saying Minshew would be better choice?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, in general, like, if you're starting a veteran quarterback, you just assume that the veteran quarterback is starting because you think your team will make the playoffs, right? That's why when we talk about the NFC, when I'm going to talk about the Chicago Bears, if the Bears think that they're going to make the playoffs, they should start Andy Dalton, right? But we'll get into that later. It's one of those preconceived notions about, okay, if you think your team is going to make the playoffs, start the veteran quarterback. And it might be a discussion with other teams that we talk about, including the one that following after this. But Urban Meyer has done some shit this offseason. He brought in Tim Tebow to camp.
That strength and conditioning coach bullshit.
That strength and condition, yep, that bullshit.
Also, yeah, you just mentioned that. I forgot all about that. Tim Tebow. What your reaction? Let's just, little tangent over here, but let's discuss that.
I wasn't even surprised. Like, I knew from the start. You're telling me Tim Tebow is what, 30? It was 33, right?
No, let me phrase it this way. If you're Tim Tebow, how do you feel about Urban Meyer now?
I feel like Urban Meyer just brought me in to bring all this attention and just shit on me after that. If
I'm Tim Tebow, bro, I'm looking at my coach sideways now. Because you brought me in and you made me say, okay, you can try it out for this. And obviously, you didn't. If you felt that I could succeed in this, you wouldn't have made me do this. He played, obviously. I did not watch the whole tape of the game, but he was god-awful, man. That's god-awful. For a man his size, a strong man, I thought he would look better at blocking at least. Receiving route running, I understood that could be an issue. But I thought blocking, because this guy, his whole career was him pounding the rock. So I was shocked at how he played, how he blocked. It wasn't your eyes hurt watching it. In my opinion, my eyes were bleeding. But if my relationship with Urban Meyer might be a little bit sideways now. I don't care about no damn opportunity. What opportunity? I didn't have an opportunity. I messed up the first game. I got cut.
Yeah, no, he just made it seem like it was just a publicity stunt. Basically. Like, yeah. And I love Tim Tebow in Florida. He was so fun to watch back in 2007, 2008. right? And then I feel like this is indicative of what would have happened if he moved to tight end if he entered the NFL. Like I understand
I
back
don't I
then,
don't know about that because I think he had more time. He was younger too.
yeah, he was young. That's what I was gonna say. Is like he would been younger, he would have had more time. But you know, we haven't seen someone make that move other than like Logan Thomas, and it took him years.
I think Tim Tebow could have been Logan Thomas or a poor man's Taysom Hill.
Which I agree on
Tim
both.
Tebow could have been a poor man's Taysom Hill.
But at this age, I don't know why Tim Tebow thought he was gonna make the team. He didn't
He's
have the
just one of
time.
those guys that probably thinks like, "Yo, I can do it."
Yeah, I
He went
no.
to baseball. He said, "I think I can do it." And
Hey, I don't blame him for believing in himself, but to have the idea that you're going to go to a team that whose average age is probably what 26, 25, 26 years old, right? Who already has well, who's their starting tight end? Is that
I don't even know who tight end is, to be honest.
is it O'Shaughnessy?
That's probably why he had a chance. Because we don't even know who the damn tight ends are on the damn team.
That too, but like I don't know. It was just a whole publicity stunt. Everything that Urban Meyer's done. I don't. How do you feel as a player in the locker room right now? Like your
Good.
coach,
We're done with this. We're done with this. That's probably relief.
like your coach has done all this bullshit this offseason. Like he's supposed to be instilling the like what this future is going to be, and I feel like one he was a little bit living in the past with Tim Tebow, but at the same time, he wants to make his mark. Like I'm Urban Meyer. I succeeded here. Alex Smith in Utah was my first real success. Then I went to Florida with Tim Tebow. I succeeded there. I went to Ohio State, succeeded there. I'm going to do the same thing in the NFL because it's just football. And now you're looking at it like, yeah, college football, but do you know the NFL? And that's how I'm going to view Jacksonville for however long he is there is going to be. Yo, does Urban Meyer really know football or does he know college football? Like recruiting and shit like that.
Well, we will find out. Even though I don't think I think if Jacksonville wins at least 5 games this season, that's 5 times the wins he had last year. So I think he has 1 year of leeway, and then next year I'll be like, okay, we'll see how you do, and then the third year will be like all in. If you don't make the playoffs by the third year, then we have issues going on, especially with Deshaun Watson potentially gone from his division, and Carson Wentz being the quarterback for the Colts, and Ryan Tannehill. Yes, he's solid, but everyone expects Trevor Lawrence in 3 years to be the best quarterback in the division. If he's the first pick, he should be. So in 3 years, I would say that's when.
In 3 years, regardless, even if Deshaun Watson is healthy and not in trouble and somehow still on the Texans, in 3 years, Trevor Lawrence should be the best quarterback in that division.
Alrighty. Now we get to the battle in Mile High. We got Denver Broncos. We got Drew Lock, Teddy Bridgewater. I know you're kind of looking into this because that's who you're going to play week 1 as a Giants fan. I don't know how you're going to feel regardless of who's playing. I don't think you're scared of either one of them. But Teddy, he's more reliable. I obviously Viking I'm a diehard Vikings fan. It hurt me to the soul when he got hurt. That was supposed to be the season where we were going to like really compete for something.
He was supposed to lose his leg.
Huh?
That injury, he was supposed to lose his leg.
Almost lost his leg. And no one touched him. It was crazy. And I'm glad that he's back in the league. I'm glad that he made some money. That's the main thing. He got his money from Carolina. That's number one. Secure the bag because you got to make sure you take care of your family. And now he has an opportunity in Denver. I don't think he's gonna get the job. I think it's Drew Lock because they're invested into him more than they are into Teddy. Teddy Bridgewater, worst case scenario, what happens? We put him in there. Teddy Bridgewater is one of the best relief pitchers in the NFL. That's how I look at it. Him and Ryan Fitzmagic are the best relief pitchers in the NFL. Starting, we don't know. But relief, coming for a game, 2 games. Hey, he started 5 games for the Saints and went 5-0.
Yeah,
So
he got his money from that.
there you go. So I would start Drew Lock. I would start Drew Lock. Drew Lock can either prove everyone wrong or prove everyone right. Drew Lock, in my opinion, he got the talent. I think he does have the talent. That man got an arm. The rookie season looked real promising. Last year, not so much.
I mean, he
He
also
got
has
all the
play
weapons.
everyone that got hurt.
You got Cortland Sutton back. You got Jerry Jeudy. You got KJ Hamler. You got Noah Fant. You got, what's the name? Tim Patrick. You got 5 receivers. You got Melvin Gordon. They drafted that guy from North Carolina. I think Michael Williams.
Michael Williams,
Yeah. So they got 2 running backs. You got Garrett Bowles, who's playing great as a tackle. You got the line decent. You have a decent O-line. You have potentially a top 5 defense. Von Miller's back. Bradley Chubb is there. He'll be back from his injury. You got who else? You drafted Surtain. You got Justin Simmons as safety. You got superstar players on every damn level, bro.
Yeah, they're almost at the level of no-fly zone 2.
If Drew Lock wants to be known as the next guy, he wants to cement his name in this league, this is it. And week 1, your Giants, I don't know how you feel about that. Let me know.
I mean, I feel like both they can start either one of them, and it won't make a difference to the Giants defense. My issue here is,
I think you'd be more scared if Drew Lock started.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because he could pull off a rabbit out of his hat, I think.
And that's exactly where I was going with is last season I thought it was going to be Drew Lock's breakout season. The amount of weapons he had last year, I was like, yo, they're just lining them up. They drafted Jeudy. Sutton was healthy in the beginning. Noah Fant. They signed Melvin Gordon. I'm just like, yo, this offense, there's no way he doesn't succeed. Right? And part of me wants Teddy to start just because Teddy looked impressive last week or this week. And, it's one of those, how much longer can you believe in Drew Lock if Drew Lock doesn't show his potential? And I understand, there's always that second year blip where either you're fantastic or you go through that sophomore slump. And if Denver thinks it's just a sophomore slump, give the job to Drew Lock. If they don't see the potential in Drew Lock, I mean, both of us agreed that if they had the chance to trade for Aaron Rodgers, they should have. If they had the chance to trade for Deshaun Watson, who we don't know what's going to happen to, they should have. But it looks like they believe in Drew Lock, and Drew Lock is probably starting week 1.
All right. I think
that's one of the.
To be honest, I don't think people probably don't think this. I do, in my opinion. I think the most intriguing matchup of week 1 is Denver and the Giants, because I got no idea what to expect. The Denver Broncos should win, in my opinion. They're better.
I agree.
So
their offense right now, because we don't even know Saquon Barkley starting week 1.
Well, Saquon start week 1. What the hell is Daniel Jones going to look like? Will Kenny Galladay play week 1? Yeah. How will these new receivers fit in? Kyle Rudolph. You got Tony.
I don't think Tony's even healthy yet.
Hey, I don't know. But regardless, I think the Giants have more than enough weapons. You're back home. MetLife Stadium fans for the first time. They're going to be going crazy. Pre-gaming, everything. All that was taken away last year. So I think it's going to – week 1 home field advantage is going to be different for all the home teams.
Especially this year. Like,
if you can't win a home game week 1, then you truly suck.
See, and that's the one game that we talked about this year, or not this year, as of late, the one game that neither of us are going to touch. Kansas City should easily win against Cleveland because they're playing in Arrowhead, and Arrowhead's going to be packed. But you know how it is. The NFL is just sneaky in some ways. And that's the game.
Final storyline quarterback. Carson Wentz just came back, practicing. Quentin Nelson back. Shocking, in my opinion. It's been, 3 weeks? 3 weeks already practicing. They got to get reps in. Carson Wentz this is his first year with this team. I don't care about the damn system. You still got to practice. You got to practice.
Don't forget their center also just came back too.
Ryan Kelly came back. So they need these guys, obviously. We're little less than 3 weeks away from the season starting. So and plus this is all new teammates: T.Y. Hilton, Michael Pittman, Dak Pascal, whoever he threw the ball to. It's all new. He got practice. We saw Tom Brady last year. COVID season, COVID training camp. What happened? Week 1, he got blasted by the Saints. So it took him a while to get ready. Same thing applies here, in my opinion. If he don't start, Jacob Eason and Sam Ellinger, they ain't winning no damn games. They're going to go 0-4. Their first 4 games are the Seattle Seahawks. If Carson Wentz does not start that game, I think they will lose. The Rams, hell no. They're going to kill them then. If Aaron Donald gets to see a rookie basically playing. And Jalen Ramsey, obviously.
Week
3 would be at the Titans. No cakewalk there, division battle right there. Week 4 would be at Miami. So if Carson Wentz does not play in the first 4 games, they will lose all 4, in my opinion. Week 5, they have the Texans. Obviously, that is an easy win for them, in my opinion, at home.
I mean, regardless of who's starting, I think that should be an easy win for them.
So I think worst case scenario, if I'm not risking it with this guy, because this guy has shown a propensity of injury. If he ain't 90% week 1, I ain't playing him. Because we may lose week 1 anyways.
I mean, wasn't he not supposed to be back to week? Oh no, never mind. The wrong player. That's Michael Thomas. I was gonna say, he's not supposed to be back to week 7?
Yeah. So these timelines are confusing. Everyone heals differently. So obviously, none of them are on IR technically because the season hasn't started yet. But Carson Wentz, it's a tricky slope, man. Because I know he wants to go out there and prove everybody wrong, but you can't do that if you hurt. And no one's gonna give you the excuses. If you start and you hurt, no one cares. If you suck it up again, it's over. It's so over. The Colts will have to move in a different direction.
And it's the wildest thing is just he just can't stay healthy anymore. And I think that's gonna be his biggest issue is right. They don't got no backups. I'm sorry, Sam Ellinger, Jacob Eason. No, that's not it. But they can easily just tank this season if Carson Wentz is not starting. That's how bad it is. And they need Quentin Nelson healthy and they need Ryan Kelly healthy because that offensive line, without them, one, looks terrible. Their running game looks terrible without them too. So, like, everything relies really on those 2 guys staying healthy and Carson Wentz showing some sort of life. And I think it's just going to be really interesting to watch throughout the season is they can easily, like, the Titans can easily win this division. The Colts can finish in second place. But they can easily, at the end of it, only have 5 wins if Carson Wentz is not starting.
All right. That is the AFC portion of battles between the quarterbacks, storylines involving QBs that we feel matter, that we feel should be decided at this point. We're going to obviously find out very soon because the season is almost there. We're less than 8, 9 days away from September, and that's when it all kicks off. Then we get to the NFC portion of this subject. First one, I think it's the biggest one right now. You got the Chicago Bears, Andy Dalton, Justin Fields. Everybody was sucking Justin Fields week 1. Oh my God, look what he did. Look what he did. He threw it to wide open Jesse James or whoever that tight end was. Congratulations. He was wide open. You playing backups. I never understood the hype around a preseason performance. I used the Mitchell Trubisky example with the same damn franchise. He went 11 straight completions in his first preseason game. And where is he now? He is the 3rd-string quarterback, backup quarterback for the Buffalo Bills. I obviously feel Justin Fields will be better than him. This is absolute bullshit, in my opinion. Stop sucking these teams. This team is awful, in my opinion. Their defense is solid. Their O-line is garbage. They have Allen Robinson, and that's about it. David Montgomery is solid. Tariq Cohen, if he's healthy, solid. Listen, man, for people to think that if you start Justin Fields, you're going to go somewhere this season, you have lost your mind. And Andy Dalton, he ain't doing shit for you either. So rather let Andy Dalton be the scapegoat. Let him play. Let him be like, this is my time. Bro, your time was in Cincinnati. Your time is done. Your time is done. You have been a very good player in this league for a very long time. No disrespect, but your time is not It's not my time no more. You're not going anywhere with this team. Simply put, Justin Fields, you should pray you don't play for a long time in this season, especially you don't play week 1, because you thought you just got hit by Buffalo's backups with that hit that we all saw. You have no idea what's coming for you. And with LA, you're gonna get blasted, my friend. So obviously, I despise the Bears because obviously I'm a Vikings fan. I could care less. I hope the Bears go 0-17. I hope the Bears go 0-85 in the next 5 years. I don't care about the Bears. I don't care about the Packers. I don't care about Detroit. But I'm not hating Justin Fields. I feel he will be really good. I wish my team got him. They didn't. They were 1 pick away, apparently. But do not destroy this man. Because this team, Tevin Jenkins, the 2nd-round pick they picked for the tackle from Oklahoma State, guess what? He's hurt. You just signed Jason Peters. Jason Peters is like 40. You got to be kidding me. I think, he's 40. Okay, you have 40-year-old playing left tackle. Hall of Famer. No disrespect. He's a Hall of Famer. One of the best ever. But right now, bro, you can't be serious. So, Chetan, your thoughts on the Bears situation?
So my thoughts are simple as this: is Andy Dalton should be starting week 1, and Justin Fields is going to be an impressive quarterback in the future, but that is not right now. The team is so poorly constructed. It's if you put them in now, your offensive line is you're hopeful that it's mid-tier, because I don't think it is. I think it's going to be one of the bottom 5 lines in the NFL. Especially, you have Jason Peters starting. All respect to him. He's a future Hall of Famer, but there's a reason Philadelphia let him go. And Philadelphia is going to have one of the top offensive lines in the league this year. Like you said, their rookie tackle also out. Their running game is not that impressive. David Montgomery, Tariq Cohen, if and when healthy, that doesn't make a difference to me. Allen Robinson is their best player. And week 1, he's going to be locked up by Jalen Ramsey. And he's always, twice a year, he's going to go against Jair Alexander.
Patrick Peterson? Say his name.
Yeah, so you're telling me 5 games. We just named 5 games that Allen Robinson is going to be locked down by a top corner. That doesn't sit well with me. So, it's great you guys drafted the quarterback you think is going to be your messiah. But to start him now, you got nothing around him. He is going to get blasted and blasted and blasted. And you can say, he can use his legs to get away. Yeah, we said the same thing about RG3. Right? We saw what happened there.
Great comparison.
So you drafted the quarterback of your future. Now build that offensive line, because we just saw what happened in New York with Sam Darnold. They shipped his ass out because they're like, this guy is not the quarterback of our future. So with that being said, Andy Dalton should start, and you should start building pieces and gathering assets to build around Justin Fields, because this football team right now, you'll be lucky to win 9 games. No, not even.
I think the Bears right now, I didn't look at the schedule yet. I think the Bears go either 7 or 8 wins.
Exactly.
You know what? Let's do this. We do this on the fly. Let's do this on the fly right here, real quick.
Detroit. I say they split.
No, I think they sweep Detroit.
You think
Detroit's
so?
That bad, bro. Week 1, Rams, L. Week 2, Cincinnati. I think they'll beat Cincinnati. 1-1. At Cleveland, L. 1-2. Home against the Lions, 2-2. At the Raiders, L. 2-3. At home against the Packers, L. 3-3. On the road, Tampa, 3-4. At home, San Francisco, L. 3-5. At Pittsburgh, L. 3-6. At home, Baltimore, 3-7. At Lions, 4-7. At home, Cardinals. I think they beat the Cardinals, 5-7. Packers, L, 5-8. Vikings, L, 5-9. Seahawks, L, 5-10. Giants at home. That's hard because I don't know who's competing for. I give it to the Giants. The Giants almost beat them last year. I give it to the Giants 6, so now they're 5-11. At Vikings, final game. It depends on if the Vikings need that game or not. Right now, I'd say they do. They lose that game. 5-12 is their record. So best case scenario, they're what? Between 5 to max 8 wins?
Yeah.
Because their schedule's not that good. They may be able to beat the Raiders. I can see them beating the Raiders. Could they beat the Giants? Of course they could beat the Giants. That's 2 games right there. Could they beat the Packers 1 game, the Vikings 1 game? They could. So that's 9 wins right there. So best scenario, I'm putting you at 9 wins around there. So we'll see.
I mean, on top of that, I'm looking at this run. I'm like, can they really beat Cincinnati? Yes, they probably can.
Just
they
because
probably should.
The Cincinnati Bengals made the biggest mistake not taking Penei Sewell.
Yeah.
I think that line will kill Joe Burrow, unfortunately. I love Joe Burrow. If that line was good, well, we'll see. They got Riley Reef now from Minnesota. They got that guy, Noah. They got some players, but listen,
man. How big of a difference does I mean, all being said, Penei Sewell out of this draft class is probably the most likely to make the Hall of Fame.
And Jamar Chase has been dropping balls left and right.
That he's not getting any separation.
He dropped 3 passes the other day. I understand he didn't play last year, so they could be it could be rust a little bit. I'm not saying he's a bust. It's a preseason game. It happens. It's fine. He's a young player. But guess what? If Penei Sewell is playing week 1, he is doing what he's doing. He's going to do his job.
Yeah, and
Penei Sewell on the Bengals, I really think the Bengals probably beat Minnesota.
If Penei Sewell was on this team, their offensive line is significantly better. And
they have Tyler Boyd, T. Higgins, Joe Mixon. I don't know why they picked a receiver. They did it. We all hated it. I don't hate Jamar Chase.
I love Jamar.
I don't hate the player. I hate the situation. So we'll see. We'll see. Everyone said Jamar Chase is. Could he do what Justin Jefferson did? We'll see. Because Justin Jefferson, that's a high bar, my friend. That is broke the rookie record for receiving.
They're trying to set up Peyton to Marvin Harrison. I'm just like, let's just chill there. Protect your guy first. We had that same conversation during draft days. Yeah, we made that comparison with Peyton to Harrison, but we're like, protect the guy, man.
Okay. I think we piled on Chicago enough. I know I will continue to do it because I'm obviously a diehard Vikings fan.
And I will continue to do it until
you all have your reasons. You're completely against them. You hope they go 0-16 because they are 0-17 because the Giants, they swindled them. They got that pick. I hope Chicago fans, you better not be so. The only thing the Chicago fans have to look forward to is next year with Justin Fields because this year, if they suck, guess what? That pick goes to the Giants. So you just better hope this man is what everyone touts him to be. Okay, now we get to the other rookie guy who everyone is talking about, and that is Trey Lance, the biggest enigma of this draft, in my opinion. I don't know. I think he'll be good. I don't know. He got all the measurables. Kyle Shanahan just said, I have not named the starter. That is very interesting. This is the one situation where I could see the veteran being not the quarterback week 1. Because of the opponent they play first. They play Detroit. That shouldn't be a struggle for them. Then they play the Eagles. I'm high on the Eagles week 1. Am I high on the Eagles for the season? No. So they could be looking at the schedule and say, if we want to build this dude's confidence. But remember, if you start the rookie, that means you have to finish with the rookie. You cannot flip-flop. So what Tua went through last year was not good. In and out. You can't do that. You cannot do that. So let's get to the situation. I think Jimmy G starts. I think Jimmy G wins. I think the 49ers are going to be back. I don't think Trey Lance plays this season.
And I feel
play this season as he doesn't start. He could come in for a package or 2 or something like that. I don't think. Well, you know what? Let's do this again. Let's play this game again. I like playing games. Let the games begin before the games. Let's pull the schedule up real quick. Let's see where maybe they could struggle and then have to play Mr. Lance himself. All right, week 1, Detroit, dogfest. They should win that game. Week 2, Eagles, that could be tough. I'll give them a win, though. They're the better team. 2-0. At home, Green Bay. I think they just have Green Bay's number. They have their number. Green Bay can't stop the run.
Over them, yeah.
So that's 3-0. Home, Seattle. Ooh, that's tough.
I say they split with Seattle, so give them the home win, give them the away loss.
4-0. Okay, at Arizona. I don't think Arizona. I'm telling you, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of this team.
Yeah, after what I saw last year from Arizona, I don't think so. And their defense got worse. Yeah, you added J.J. Watt, you get Chandler Jones back, but you have zero secondary.
All right, that's 5-0. Then the Colts come to them. I think, damn, that's tough, man. Yeah, it's a tough game. That's a good game. That's a good Sunday nighter. You got Colts and 49ers. I'll pick the 49ers.
Take the 49ers.
5-0. Wait, is that 5-0 or 6-0? That's 6-0. Jesus.
6-0. 7-0.
At Chicago, 7-0.
8-0.
At home against the Cardinals, I think they go 8-0.
Right.
At home against the Rams.
8-1.
Oh my God. I think the Rams win that game.
Yep, exactly. 8-1.
At Jacksonville, 9-1. Versus Minnesota, I'll be honest. I think Minnesota can win the game, but I'll give it to San Francisco.
10-1.
That's 10-1. At Seattle, we'll give them the L. 9-2. Cincinnati, dub. 10-2. Atlanta, super dub. 11-2. Tennessee, I give them a dub there too. 12-2. Houston, 13-2. Yo, they're going to win so there's no stretch where they're going to lose, in my opinion, more than one game. Like, do you see a losing streak? I don't think so.
I mean, unless Arizona just completely proves us wrong, no.
Jimmy G gotta look like dog shit for them to start Trey Lance.
Unless they come out of the bye week and, Carson Wentz is killing it and Arizona's killing it and obviously the Rams killing it. I don't see them going a stretch where they're like absolutely suck because at worst is, they come off a high.
They're ending their last month of the season is beautiful. They got Cincinnati, Atlanta, Houston.
Forget that, dude. From week 11, right? At worst, their worst stretch is Minnesota and Seattle.
Yep, that's their tough one. That's their 2-game stretch that's tough.
And that's sandwiched in between Jacksonville, who we assume is going to be the second worst team in the NFL, and Cincinnati and Atlanta, who will also be in the title for probably some of the worst teams in the NFL.
So what are you saying? I say Trey Lance does not start a game next year.
I thought he'd start by week 7. Then I realized this schedule is so in favor of San Francisco. There's no reason he should start.
The one benefit of their losing season the year prior.
I think this is going to end up being what is a good example of this?
Well, they did this before, remember? When they got the Joey Bosa, and then look what they did.
Not Nick Bosa.
The only reason they got the second pick was because of Jimmy G being hurt. All those players being hurt, they got the second pick. They picked Joey Bosa, went to the Super Bowl. I could definitely see the same thing happening again. You have Joey Bosa, you have Kinlaw, you got Bucker, you have Armstead. That D line is still there. You still got the O line. You got better receivers now. You got the best tight end, in my opinion, in the NFL. If he's not the best, he's up there at least.
Bosa brother though.
Huh?
Nick Bosa.
What me? Oh, I said Joey. Oh, my bad.
Joey.
My bad. They both monsters.
Yeah,
they both. You got Fred Warner as a linebacker, so they got players everywhere, and they're probably pissed off about last year. So, I think
last year wasn't even their fault. It just happened that everyone got hurt.
Them, Minnesota, and I think one more team had the most injuries last year. Them, Minnesota, and one more team. I can't remember the third team that was decimated. I think the Eagles. I want to say the Eagles. But there was one more team that was just decimated off of injuries, and that hampered them significantly throughout the season. All right, so we both are in agreement there. Jimmy G, yo, bro, you're likely not going to be the quarterback next year. So like Cam Newton kind of. Ball out. Maybe a team gets you next year. At one point, you were highly touted. Bill Belichick was willing to bet all his chips on you. Let's not forget that. So,
And I don't think think about the Jimmy G narrative though. You can once one overthrow.
I was just gonna say that. I've never seen a man take so much shit for one bad throw. Do we forget that Russell Wilson threw a game-ending interception? Do we forget? I'm not saying Russell Wilson is Jimmy G's Russell Wilson. Do not come at me for that. That's not what I'm saying here.
But if you think about it this way, it's just okay. He made one bad overthrow, right? And injuries. Dude, the dude started what 6-0 in his career. 7. I think he won that first game in New England. His first start in New England, he won. Then he got hurt, and Jacoby Brissett started. Then Tom Brady comes back. He gets traded to San Francisco, starts 5-0 there. I'm pretty sure he started his career 6-0. I could be wrong, but I know he went 5-0 in San Francisco. Like, he's not a bad quarterback. It's just one overthrow and injuries have just pretty much ended the man's career before he even gets a chance to prove that he's a good quarterback coming off of injury.
Okay. Our final QB battle. Which one is it again? I'm lost.
It's the Saints.
Oh, Lord. Oh, man. Well, they're playing right now. Jameis Winston is playing pretty well. It's from the stats that I'm reading. I'm not watching the game, but I'm right here looking it up. 14-0 right now.
Let's see. He's 9 for 10, 2 touchdowns, 123 yards.
If he wants to win this job, he's definitely playing like it right now.
Wait, what's the max QB rating?
What is it, 150 something?
That's what I was thinking. 158.
Marquise Callaway is dogging everybody right now. He got 100 something. He has 104 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, because Jameis Winston's quarterback rating right now is 157.5. I'm pretty sure that's
the highest rating you could have.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the perfect rating.
Even though it makes no sense because he has 1 incompletion. I don't know how that math works, but it is what it is.
I mean, I think it's just in general of how well it is, and depending on what kind of incomplete pass it was. But like, just looking at it, who do you think should be starting? I feel like there's one clear answer.
I know what Taysom Hill is. I'm starting Jameis Winston. If Jameis Winston can win with this roster, I got my guy. Because they got one player and one player only. No disrespect. These are all NFL players. I'm not trying to act like I have the credentials to speak as if I'm an NFL player. I'm just speaking on the grand scale. Marquise Callaway, hey, he's balling right now. Maybe he's a hidden gem. No disrespect. Him, Traquan Smith is okay. They have Adam Shaheen at tight end, bro. What the fuck?
Who?
Some guy. I forgot. Some guy. Maybe I'm getting the name wrong. Somebody is tight end, second-year tight end. They have a great O-line. They have a great defense. You got DeMario Davis. You got Cam Jordan. You got Marshawn Lattimore. Defensive players, they got that covered. Offensively, they got Alvin Kamara. And to be honest, unproven talent after that. That's how I'll phrase it, unproven talent. So if Jameis Winston can win with this team, his beginning schedule is not good. They have Green Bay. I don't think they win that game now. They have the Panthers. I think the Panthers beat them. Then they have the Patriots. I don't think they beat the Patriots. So their schedule is not good. And if Michael Thomas if Michael Thomas was there, we have a different argument. He's not. So it should be we saw what Taysom Hill was last year. He is a Swiss Army knife. Keep him at that. I feel it's Jameis Winston's job. He balled out already. First quarter, he balled out. They took him out the game. It should be his job. We have not seen him start in a year. Give him his opportunity. If he sucks it up, then you know your answer. We need a QB in 2022.
And I think this answer should have been easily. There shouldn't have been no battle. 1. And 2, how's the only way New Orleans scored in the playoff game? Who threw the touchdown pass?
Yep, Taysom Hill. Even though Jameis Winston did. Even though that was a trick play.
They could not score. Trick play or not, they should have been shut out if it wasn't for Jameis Winston. It's easy as that. It's just as much shit as we give Jameis Winston for that 30-30 season. He can
Hey, but hold up, bro. He had OJ Howard, he had Cameron Brate, he had Mike Evans, he had Scotty Miller, he had Chris Godwin. He was throwing to some dudes. Now he got, bro. I'm all due respect, bro.
Yeah. But
I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm just saying, bro. These are all professionals, all respect their grind, everything. No disrespect, bro. But Marquise Callaway and Traquan Smith are not. Yeah, Alvin Kamara is a monster.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, dudes played quarterback in the NFL.
Hey, he got LASIK, bro. He got LASIK.
Time.
He got LASIK finally. He got LASIK. Maybe he got LASIK done. I can't believe that. The man was squinting and playing quarterback, bro. That's unreal.
But he's been playing quarterback in the NFL since 2013.
Damn, it's been 8 years.
Yeah, it was the 2013 draft. He won Marcus
That was 8
Mariota.
years ago? No way.
Yeah.
No way.
It was either 13 or 14.
No way. There's no way that was that, bro. There's no way he's been in the league for 8 years. There's no way.
Wait, I may be wrong. It might be 15.
There's no way, man.
15.
There you go. Okay, bro. I'm not that old. That does not seem that seems way too far away.
That's still 6 years.
All right, that makes sense. 6 years. That's more reasonable. Played 4 years in Tampa Bay, got 1 year off. Now he's playing this year. That makes sense.
But let's just make it clear: he's been playing quarterback for 6 years in the NFL. He should be starting this year. I don't care what anyone else says. I've been saying that he should have been starting when Drew Brees was hurt. They didn't give him that chance. I don't see why not. Like, who's gonna? Is Taysom Hill really their best option?
We will find out. Because Taysom Hill was throwing to Michael Thomas. He was throwing to Jared Cook. He was throwing to Emmanuel Sanders. They didn't look too good then. You got none of those dudes now.
I still remember that one pass he threw in the air. He lollipopped that shit.
And Emmanuel Sanders still caught it.
Emmanuel Sanders had to come back for it.
That was the game that Drew Brees got hurt.
Yeah, and I remember the reason I remember that is, he's lucky Emmanuel Sanders came back to that, because that should have been a pick six. That was in the air for so long. They should have picked that and returned it.
Well, I think we went over all of them. Right now, I don't give a shit about preseason, I'll be honest. We have week 3, whatever to discuss. You got week 3 preseason coming up. I don't know the situation of who's pitching. I'm not pitching. Who's playing. And then I said pitching because baseball is obviously the big thing right now. Sorry. But we're going to be NFL very soon. College football starts this Saturday. Technically, week 0. I get it. I think college football really starts Labor Day weekend, week 1. That's week 1. That's when everyone plays. That's when the dogs play. That's when the real teams play. So we're 1 week away from football, and we're 2 weeks away from the Grand Puma of all. The king is back.
17 days.
And then NBA. Listen, NBA just left. NBA is right around the corner, man. NBA comes back real quick, October 19th. So, in my opinion, the best time of the year for sports is September onwards, because I understand you don't have any of the champions. You have the World Series, obviously, but you get every single sport that matters. No disrespect to any other sports, but you get all 3 at one point, all 3 at the same time, collision course.
All right, guys. We'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.